Once upon a time, in a forest where trees whispered secrets and the sky stayed golden at sunset, there lived a magical bird whose feathers shone like tiny stars. Everyone believed this bird could bring good luck, grant wishes, and guide lost travelers home. But there was one secret no one knew. The bird was not always honest, and one small lie was about to change everything. Stay with this story, because what happens next will surprise you, and might even make you think about the power of truth in your own life. Before we go deeper, if you love magical stories with real-life lessons and heartwarming endings, make sure you subscribe now and stay till the end, because this story has a twist you won't see coming, and a lesson that might stay with you long after it ends. The bird's name was Solon. He was small, bright, and admired by everyone in the valley. Whenever people saw him fly overhead, they felt hopeful. Farmers believed their crops would grow better. Children believed their wishes would come true. Solon loved being admired. At first, he helped people honestly. If someone lost their way, he guided them. If someone felt sad, he sang a soft song to comfort them. But slowly, he began to enjoy the praise more than the helping. He realized that even when he didn't know the answer, people still believed him. One day, a traveler asked Solon which path led to the safest road through the forest. Solon didn't know, but instead of admitting it, he pointed to a random path and said confidently, "This way is safe." The traveler thanked him and left. Later, Solon learned that the path was long and difficult, and the traveler returned tired and upset. Solon felt a small pinch of guilt, but when others continued praising him, he ignored it. It was just one mistake, he told himself. Days passed, and Solon told more small lies to keep his reputation strong. He said rain would come when he wasn't sure. He promised luck to people even when he couldn't help them. Each time, the lies seemed harmless. But deep inside, his glow began to fade. His feathers didn't shine as brightly as before. His song sounded weaker. Still, he kept pretending everything was fine. In the same forest lived a kind young woodcutter named Elio. He worked hard, spoke honestly, and helped others whenever he could. One afternoon, he saw Solon sitting quietly on a branch, looking tired. "You don't look like the magical bird everyone talks about," Elio said gently. Solon quickly puffed up his feathers and replied, "I am as magical as ever." But his voice lacked confidence. Elio didn't argue. He simply said, "Real magic grows stronger when it stands on truth." Solon flew away, annoyed by those words. Yet they stayed in his mind. That evening, a storm rolled into the forest. Strong winds shook the trees and heavy rain began to fall. A group of villagers got lost on a muddy path and called for Solon to guide them home. Solon saw them from above. He wasn't sure which path was safe anymore, because the storm had changed the forest. But instead of admitting he didn't know, he pointed them toward a narrow trail. "Follow this," he called out. "It will lead you to safety." The villagers trusted him and went that way. Moments later, the path flooded. The villagers were forced to turn back, soaked and scared. They managed to return safely on their own, but their trust in Solon began to crack. "Why did he send us there?" they asked. Solon watched from a tree, his heart racing. He had wanted to seem wise and powerful, but now he felt something heavy inside him. For the first time, the forest felt quieter when he flew. No one waved, no one smiled. Far away, in a dark part of the forest, a clever fox watched everything. This fox had always wanted control over the valley. If they stop trusting the magical bird, he thought, they will look for someone else to guide them. Maybe they will follow me. The fox began spreading rumors. He told animals and villagers that the bird's magic was fake. "He has been lying for a long time," the fox whispered. Soon, whispers spread across the forest. Solon heard them all. His glow faded even more. He tried to sing, but his voice cracked. He flew to the river and stared at his reflection. What happened to me? he asked quietly. He remembered Elio's words. Real magic grows stronger when it stands on truth. For the first time, Solin admitted something to himself. I have been afraid to say I don't know. I have been afraid to lose their praise. The next morning, Solin saw Elio again, helping a fallen tree branch off a path so travelers could pass. Solin landed beside him and said softly, I need to tell you something. I have been lying to keep people believing in me. Now they don't trust me at all. Elio looked at him and replied, Then start with the truth. Even if it's hard. Trust can return, but only if you're honest. Just then, the fox put his plan into action. He stole a pouch of gold from a traveling merchant and hid it near Solin's favorite tree. Then he told the villagers, Look near the magical bird's branch. You will find your missing gold there. The villagers rushed to the tree and found the pouch. Shock filled their faces. The bird we trusted stole from us. They whispered. Solin arrived and saw the gold lying there. He knew he hadn't taken it, but he also knew his past lies made him look guilty. Instead of running away or making excuses, Solin took a deep breath and spoke clearly. I did not take this gold, but I have lied before. I wanted to seem more magical than I really was. For that, I am sorry. You have the right to doubt me. All I can do now is tell the truth. The forest grew quiet. No one expected such honesty. Elio stepped forward and said, If he is telling the truth now, we should search for real proof. They followed small tracks in the mud and soon found the fox's den. Inside were shiny objects and clues that revealed the truth. The fox tried to run, but he was caught. I thought if they stopped trusting you, they would follow me, he admitted. The villagers looked back at Solin. He stood quietly, not glowing, not singing, just waiting. Something surprising happened. A faint light began to return to Solin's feathers. Not the bright glow from before, but a steady, warm light. It grew stronger as he stood there honestly, without pretending. The villagers noticed. Your light is coming back, one of them said. Solin replied, Maybe real magic doesn't come from being perfect. Maybe it comes from being truthful, even when it's hard. The fox expected punishment, but Solin said, You tried to hurt others because you felt unseen. You can leave and choose a better path, or stay and help rebuild trust. The fox, surprised by the kindness, lowered his head. I will stay and make things right, he said quietly. Days passed and Solin worked to earn back trust. When someone asked a question he didn't know, he said, I'm not sure, but let's find out together. When storms came, he guided people carefully, only when he was certain. His glow returned slowly, brighter than before. Not because people believed he was perfect, but because they knew he was honest. The forest felt alive again. The whispers turned into songs. Years later, travelers spoke of a magical bird whose feathers shone with the light of truth. They said his greatest power wasn't luck or wishes, but honesty. And if you ever walk through a quiet forest at sunset and hear a gentle song above you, some say it's that bird reminding the world that even small lies can dim our light, that truth can bring it back stronger than ever. So here's something to think about. Have you ever told a small lie just to look better, even when you didn't mean harm? What happened after? Tell me in the comments, because your story might help someone else choose honesty today. And if this story made you feel something, share it with a friend who believes truth and kindness are the strongest magic of all.